continue. We are getting in some more breaking news updates. This one from Russia. Let's put it across. Now, according to Russian media, Vladimir Putin has congratulated US President Trump and the American people on the occasion of US Independence Day during a phone conversation. According to Sputnik, citing Kremlin aide Yuri Ushakov, the call was initiated by the American side and lasted 1 hour and 25 minutes. During the conversation, Putin extended his greetings to Donald Trump and the American people on the 250th anniversary of American independence. According to reports, the Russian president also called Russia's contributions to the formation of American statehood and remembered them, and he wished Trump success in hosting the FIFA World Cup in the United States. Ms. Nath, I want to come to you now. Interesting how Russia and Putin has wished Donald Trump and has had this long, almost 1.5 hour long conversation. Where do the relations between the two countries stand, even as the Ukraine war is now soon going to mark 5 years?
Right. You have seen Donald Trump flip-flopping based on his understanding of who's winning. He likes to associate himself with so-called leaders. So no matter who it is, whether it's right or wrong, doesn't really matter. It is at the end of the day, who's the winner is what matters for President Trump. And so that's what you have seen for the last year, since he came back to the presidential position. He aligned with Putin a lot. He literally scolded, didn't talk. Even in the recent meeting that we had, G7, he ignored Zelensky and etc. I'm not taking side as to whether Russia is right or Ukraine is right. I'm trying to explain to you as to what personality of President Trump actually shapes how the global politics is today. Today, he talks very nicely to Putin. Tomorrow he ignores, but the day after tomorrow he's actually going to praise Zelensky, and then he's going to go backstab Putin. So we don't know exactly what is going on from a perspective of President Trump is not trustworthy, according to my analysis, my observation, and my perspectives also. As a supporter, coming from as a supporter for 10 years and staunch supporter, staunch campaigner for President Trump for 10 years, today I say that what he has said over the 10 years to the public, American public, I cannot trust him at all, because as a president, there wasn't one person who has sat there as corrupt as himself and his family and his grifter cronies. They have made billions out of this war. They've made billions out of this meme coin, and then they have also made millions and millions out of all these cryptocurrencies and the shaping of policies. So unfortunately, today's foreign policy of America is not for the country. It's for whether it is going to help Trump or not. All this diplomatic conversation, I don't even call this as a diplomacy, because they are making money out of it, literally looting the public today and going out to the press and telling that they're doing the right thing because everybody is making money. I don't know who else is making millions of money. Millions of dollars, where he is making almost $2.2 billion within the first year of the presidency in second term. Nobody has made that much of money, not a single president, not himself, not he himself, because he hasn't made as much of money in his entire life. This is the first time entire life has gone to his presidency. He wanted to make sure he lies to the public and also deceives the public to come back to the position in order to basically fill their pockets and make sure they have the financial security after he leaves. He knows he doesn't have a path forward for third term. That's why several things are happening over here. In the last couple of days, you have seen a constant reporting about communism. This word has been taken over, and every single right-wing propaganda machine has been promoting about the communism. And this is the mantra they are going to push again and again for the midterm. Initially, I thought that he's going to actually stop the midterm in order to actually grab the power. I think he has enough in his ammunition within himself in the party right now that he doesn't have to stop the election. They can do a lot of things in terms of changing how it works in terms of taking away voting rights, changing districts within the country, and terrorizing people in order to make sure they don't even vote. This is what's happening in this country today. And unfortunately, hijacking by President Trump and the conservative, the far right MAGA of American birthday party today is absolutely shameful. He couldn't unite the country. He couldn't even bring people together. All he's trying to do is literally half the country. He has labeled half the country as a domestic terrorist. He has labeled half the country as anti-American. He has labeled half the country as anti-patriotic, which is what's going to give them the ammunition to target people for dissent. He's going to be able to lock people up just because he labeled somebody as an anti-American or domestic terrorist. This is what he has done for the Antifa. Antifa is not a terrorist group. There is no head out there. We don't even know what the organization look like. Yes, there are some coordinated messages goes through from social media and etc. But calling that as a terrorist organization is a example that America can do anything and label anybody. And even a flying bird can be labeled as a terrorist tomorrow to be shot. So unfortunately, our country today politically is the most divided country. Our history has been brutal. And these folks from the administrations are going to the podium and telling that don't focus on the negative, just talk about the positive. Basically, you want to just burn the books. You don't want to talk about our history. You don't want to communicate where we came from. You want to literally just communicate that this is a white country, this is a white Christian country. Closing the border doesn't solve the problem. Yes, I don't support open border. This is why I supported legal immigration. But unfortunately, they are even targeting people like us, communicating to us saying that you are not even an American. How dare you say something like that? How is it constitutional? My Americanism is not coming from some random comments in
And
social
Purnima,
media or
would you
online.
have to weigh in on the remarks that were made by Ambassador Kapoor also as well here when he says, there's racial targeting on several communities, including the Indian Americans?
I have taken this example before, but I don't think people actually paid attention at that point of time. I've been speaking about it for a couple of years right now. Remember when in Uganda, Indians were thrown out? The population of Indians were 1%. Today in America, Indian population is 1.1%. We are 6 million people. We are very educated. We are capable enough to pick up any language, doesn't matter what it is. We speak 5-6 languages. We are engineers, doctors, businessmen. We are running our family. We are not running away. We're not terrorizing the country. We're not bombing the country. We're not killing out any people over here. We're not imposing our faith, our religion, our way of life. But I have to tell you, this is exactly why we are the scapegoat, we are the target, because of the fact that 1.1% of the person, we are actually contributing 6% to the GDP of America. We're not even 1% in the jail of American population. We are contributors of this country, but the fact is that we are not a white Christian and European ethnicity. This is why we're getting targeted. And this is exactly, J.D. Vance recently just spoke. Yesterday or day before yesterday spoke about natives. They are the natives and heritage Americans. Could you please tell me what is the definition of a heritage American? That means they're actually coming after us to define this American ethnicity and the constitutional barriers they're creating based on the ethnic heritage. You have to be white, you have to be Christian, you have to be from European descendant. Now, there are several questions about whether Catholics are Christians or not. So after that, what happens once they actually oust us from this country? They're going to fight within each other, the Protestants and the Catholics. Now, speaking about us, the Hindu Indian Americans over here, we are targeted because we have businesses over here, we work, we are not welfare dependents, and they have to target us in order to make sure that their agenda and propaganda of anti-Americanism actually makes sense. This is why they're saying that few narratives they have come up with. One, Indians are stealing American job. Two, Indians are fake. They come here with fake degrees. Three, 90% of Indian H-1Bs are fake. This is where is this number coming from? And this is coming from Fox News. This is coming from MAGA propaganda machines. This is coming from the far right propaganda. And this is not a fringe narrative building at this point of time. This is why I've been speaking about it for a couple of years at this point of time, communicating that there's a danger I see, that at the end of the day, whether this country actually resolves the historical racism wound or not, we are stuck in between the whites and blacks. We are neither whites, we are neither black. We haven't been here for 400 years or 200 years. We have been here for 20, 40 years. Yet, they are creating the division between the heritage Americans versus recent Americans, and the naturalized process is going to change, and they are actually relegating the naturalized citizens into some second-class citizens. And this is exactly why I'm quite frightened about what is happening. Few weeks ago, Nancy Mace, our a politician from South Carolina, came up with bizarre agenda of the foreigners, so quote unquote, people like me are foreigners who shouldn't be holding public office. The naturalized clause in the Constitution gives us the same Americanness.
Okay.
Now, the far right MAGA is actually promoting this racism, not because actually they have the data. They actually know what we are. They know we are not terrorizing. They know we are not threatening. They know we are not bullying. They know we are not converting anybody over here. We're not telling anything who we worship. We don't care.
All right, Purnima, we get your message and we hear you. I also want to introduce Robert Fantina, who's joining us in the discussion now as an author and journalist. Robert, thank you very much for joining us. America at 250. What do you think? Is the US farther or closer now to the ideals of 1776?
It's hard to say. The ideals of 1776 included such things as white, wealthy landowner, male landowners were the only ones who could vote. The ideals of 1776 said that slavery was acceptable. A number of other policies were introduced at that time. And now today, although there are some advances made, Donald Trump has dismissed many, or actually all, diversity, equity, and inclusion standards that the government had been following for a number of years. So that has taken us back to a more repressive time. We know that the immigrants who are being targeted, they've been racially profiled. It's interesting to me that one of the largest, most famous entertainers in the world, Bad Bunny by name, had a successful world tour, and he avoided the United States because he was afraid that the Hispanic fans that he has, as many of them, would be targeted by ICE.
Yeah.
So here we have oppression, we have violation of freedom of assembly, certainly violation of freedom of speech. We have more racism, as Donald Trump has made it fashionable again, misogyny, Islamophobia, homophobia. These are things that are growing today. So to say we've moved far beyond the ideals, which are very questionable in 1776, I don't think we can say we've moved that far beyond them today. And we seem to be moving back towards a more repressive time period. So I don't think July 4th is anything to celebrate. I think we need to be cautious about what's happening and address what's happening to the United States and to the rest of the world due to the United States.
All right, let's take some more breaking news updates, in fact, that we are getting in. Now, a striking image out of Kyiv, the mother Ukraine statue